Let's talk to Victoria in Montana. Victoria, you're on the air.
Good morning. Thank you, Alex. I have two things to tell you about and one question to ask you. The first one I wanted to tell you about TSA, what they did to me. You won't believe this, but in the airport in North Dakota, a TSA man actually hit me.
Well, of course he did. I mean, no, he's letting you know that they've been told, crack some skulls, let them know to submit. I mean, I was in Billings at the airport flying out, and they were just screaming at women for 1 ounce of perfume or 1 ounce of lotion. They dug through my bag and screamed at me, and I said, listen, lady, your sign right there says 3 ounces. And she shut up real quick. They're there to let you know you are their property. So tell us who hit you.
One of the TSA men, what happened was my carry-on that went through made this, ringing sound, and so they said, oh, it got to be something in here. So my key to unlock it so they could look in there to see that there was nothing there but my jewelry bag. I reached over to zip the little top pocket so I could give him the key, and he grabbed me by my arm, hit my arm, and slung it, and I was so appalled. It was all that I could do to keep from slapping his face.
And if you'd have talked back, they'd have taken you in a back room and beaten your brains out and danced around the blood.
I know. So I was like, I've never been back to that airport again. Now, the second TSA person in Atlanta, Georgia, I'd already been through the checkpoints, everything. And sitting in the airport, had just went up and bought one of their bottles of water since they made me throw the other one away. And he came to me and said, I have to check this water for a bomb. I thought, are you kidding me? I said,
oh, yeah, that's the new thing. Even after you go through, they then harass you, and it's to train them that it's normal. It's to train you that it's normal. And this is just being done everywhere. But listen, I do not want to fly through George Herbert Walker Bush Airport. I've flown through twice. Once I came in out of England on a continental flight, and literally it was like being in a concentration camp. There were crazy TSA people screaming at everyone, saying, hurry up. People were unpacking things as fast as they could. The TSA was wild-eyed just on these crazy power trips. And then my parents flew to a wedding with my 85-year-old grandmother who had polio in the 50s. She can barely walk, but she makes herself walk on crutches. They enjoyed screaming at her at George Herbert Walker Bush Airport. And so this is how America works. I mean, and I've seen it in San Francisco. I've seen it in other places where when they see an old person in a wheelchair, they scream at them, they make them get up. Family tries to help them. A lot of times they can't get up, so they scream at them, and it's a vampiric orgy of evil. And this is all our indoctrination. Then they herd you through the radiation bath, hardcore radiation, and top scientists, testicular, breast cancer, skin cancer. They record your naked body. They lie to you. And routinely they beat people to death behind closed doors in Canada and the U.S. if you talk back. And then that's just the end of it. But so he comes over and says, I got to check your water.
That's right. And so I told him, I just bought it. It was 20 ounces. It only has like a couple of ounces left. What could be in here? So he goes, open it up, and I'm going to check it. Have this little toolkit thing. Everybody was looking. And so I opened the bottle and let him do his testing. And then just to show him that I'm not being trained, like a dog, I did it in plain view, put the top on it, went over and threw it in the trash, and then went back and sat down.
Have you read about how thousands of women have been made to drink their own breast milk? Of course, I've been through airports before they totally ban walking through with the water, and they say, take a drink, and it's an act of submission. And I'll go, no, it's all right. And they go, oh, let me check it since you want to throw it away. It's all about their control. You're being trained as a blood bag to submit to the vampires when ordered, because they're the low-level vampires training you for the bankers to fully suck you dry. They're kind of the Renfield enforcers of Nosferatu. And of course, they're being brainwashed that this is all normal. But all over the country, they tell women, what's in that baby bottle? Well, it's milk. Drink it. Well, no, it's my milk. But then the mother knows she's pumped milk. She's about to be on a 6-hour flight. She can't get it out in the bathroom and pump again. And so they'll go ahead and submit for their baby. And, all right, I'll drink my own milk. And the cop's just like, next it'll be your urine, whore. I mean, you know, and it's just like we're gonna take your insurance money and we're gonna take everything you got and we're gonna shut down lemonade stands and we're gonna shut down people selling watermelons on the side of the street and we're gonna SWAT team the Amish and take their kids and we're gonna take your property and we're gonna, I mean, they are just, and we're gonna drug your water supply and make you submit. I mean, can you believe how crazy it's gotten, Victoria?
I can't. I'm just really shocked that people allow this, that we're like, you know, people just won't draw the line in the sand and say no. And I mean, we have to because of the way things are accelerating. If we don't, we're going to be in real trouble. A second, I wanted to tell you about a sneaky way that children are being classified and set up for academic failure and big pharma drugs in public schools. This is a good one. Okay, I taught junior high and high school first and found a large number of students couldn't read. So I had to actually teach them phonics, 12th graders, 9th graders, 7th graders, before I could even teach regular subject matter.
Because by design, 60 years ago, they got rid of phonics, the true way to teach people, and made it be by visual, as if a child's supposed to recognize every word in the English language magically, which is hundreds of times harder, literally, instead of phonically doing it. Please continue.
Okay, so I started teaching kindergarten, so I would be able to reach children early so they could start their education with a solid foundation and healthy self-esteem instead of being classified as special education students for bad behavior.
And they've gone from, what, 2% a few decades ago being in it to some schools 30%? They're classifying everyone and then putting them into a curriculum where they're not taught.
Exactly, and it's all about behavior programming, so they push them in there and force the kids to become illiterate, self-destructive, and then they end up on Ritalin, and if the parents don't give it to them, they will actually take them. And so what I did, so what I did as a gift and everything, I made a blog with free information and lessons, step-by-step lessons on how to learn to read, because it's such a real bad
because again,
epidemic.
they won't let the teachers in the school teach them the way it worked for thousands of years and how every culture teaches it. And again, they did this by design. But think about what you just said, and it's been all over the news. Won't put your child on Prozac, won't put them on Ritalin, won't put them on lithium, because especially little boys, because they talk and raise their hands too much and play grab butt on the playground, which is what boys do. Now, they come in and take your child. That's the government taking your child, kidnapping your child because you won't drug them. That's forced drugging. And now they're proposing it for everyone in the water. Go ahead.
Oh, that's true. So can I give out the name of the free blog for people that want to help their kids with the reading?
Absolutely. Now, this is radical. We're about to send people to a site with phonics, and this makes Big Brother mad. We're committing an al-Qaeda atrocity right now. This is very extreme. Give us the website.
Okay, it's www.phonicsreading.pro. phonicsreadingpro.com. I'm sorry, www.phonicsreadingpro.com. And I also have a .net with plenty of resources because everybody
Give it out one more time.
www.phonicsreadingpro.com.
Well, God bless you, and I appreciate your call, Victoria. And her act of resistance is what will bring down the New World Order. Do you know how radical and how extremist she is as an info warrior, infiltrating the school system and secretly trying to teach them how to read? I mean, do you know how much that makes the enemy mad? You're supposed to start teaching children how to read at 3. My son could read at 3.5. The others we didn't focus on as much, so age 5. And you teach them with very simple phonics how to sound it out over and over again. Boom, they've got it. My son is reading 11th, 12th grade level now, and he's 8 years old. I mean, he's now, it's kind of freaking me out, though. I'll catch him with, like, adult textbooks and things, reading it and spouting off endless statistics at me. He knows more than I do at age 8 in many areas now. And that's what scares the enemy forces. They didn't get their mercury in him. They didn't get their sodium fluoride in him. And so he's just seething with energy and intelligence. I mean, he's scary smart. Scary smart. And because you didn't get to ruin him, scum. You didn't get to brain damage him. I know that makes all you effeminate elitists out there that love brain damaging people, part of your power trip, angry. Oh, a lot of kids are getting away from you. And your eugenics, oh, too bad for you murderers. Try to murder the psyche, murder the spirit, murder creativity. Bunch of murderers who traffic in people's souls and their psyches. But that is so radical what she's doing. So subversive. Because as George Orwell said, telling the truth, you know, in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And so Victoria, starting that website, doing what she's doing. See, public schools get roughly 3 times the money for a special needs child. So, 2-3%, 20-plus years ago were in special ed. Now they've got areas where 1/3 of the school is there because they're getting more cash. So the superintendent can get $700,000 a year. Isn't it good? Works real good. And they got bounties on your children in England and the U.S. to try to steal them. And the special ed are hunting grounds to put them on drugs and taser them.